E mua ono whaatalofa atu i o paia ma mamalu mawalunga. I paia ma mamalu o tangata e ana nei whanua o loo ngale nue eile nei pokalame o Treasure Islands. Tangata na mua i malae. Le tangata Parramatta le nei maile i tū malo o tangata Darek. O lātou tua a, ma lātou a inga, o loo no nofo ma tau sia nei whanua mai le amatanga e o le whaavavau. O le nei pokalame na whausia ma nisi o tangata mai le Atanu Pasifika o loo no nofo i Sydney, Australia. O le nei ngaluenga. O tala lava o tangata mai lona lava i loa i Measina, ma tala o Measina o loo teawina i le Powerhouse Museum. A whai o iaise upu po se tala wopa o i papa. Wha maangalo le nei au auna vai. Tātou te wha maruru atu o le a mātou wha soa i le ngana wha peritania. Ai usi mailo sila o le a mātou taumawhai atu. Alofa atu le lau leo tanoi. Ula vinaka, talofa lava. Welcome back to the Discovery Centre here at Castle Hill for another episode of Treasure Islands. Today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to visit the beautiful islands of Fiji, the beautiful people of Fiji, and we're going to rediscover some of their material culture. So boys and girls, mums and dads, let's go this way. Nasi, rua, tolu, va, lima, ono, fitu, walu, diwa, sidi.
Nisa mbulo binaka kiro tiko go baka beo tini na marama no tingu ke au sandar ni tiko go baka madal tike au baka laka na thangu ilikena kalau ni sawana kari tu au ngoni ni nambua ena tikino rewa ena sano rewa ena bunua umbur basanga ena marama no tingu na gai baka madal tiko ia na tinagu thabu tu mai na enu ongaloa ena bunua o kantabu kando kileten to small New Zealand. That's by the way they look at the map. It's similar drawing Kandabu and New Zealand. Ana keng tuku o baka maral tiga kilo kala seberno sinyal maram.
Bola vinaka na dagu o andil salini maram ni bula Grace Latohu amane lewa ni lomani koro i rewa na tinagu na maram tinagu o koe dagu maiki I Kandabu wai lewu o Kiro maro takna ni roti Congo, and let me just translate in English.
Yes.
He has introduced himself. He said his name is Ilikena Kalonisawana Karikaritu, and he's from Nambua village in Rewa, and his mother is from Kandavu, and I am from Lomnikoro in Rewa, and my mother is also from Kandavu.
Right behind us, we have an image that you have selected. Now, Ili, could you tell us a little bit more about the image and why you selected this image?
We call this now Wanga Bakaviti or Fijian canoe. The reason behind why I choose or why I select these pictures because my surname Karikaritu, that is the name or it's also the part of the canoe. As you can see, the long timber that holds the sails together.
Yes.
The bottom one is the Karikarisila, and the long one that attaches to the brace, that is a Karikaritu. Originally, I'm from the friendly island of Fiji, which is Tonga. And for me, getting into Fiji, that reminds me too. The way I believe how we come to Fiji or the way that brings us to Fiji.
Yes.
Exactly the canoe.
But it's not very often you see canoes being put out in the ocean. I think this is a very old practice. It looks fun.
Would it assist you in your culture teaching today at Matavai to have access to see the photographs?
Yes, so, just looking at it, it's a way of us just being able to share to our young people, our younger generation, the stories of how our elders were able to use this as a way of going around, traveling, and it's also a way of us embracing our what our elders came up with. We have a lot of creative ways of traveling, and this is by far, one of the best. Fiji is known for their canoes and the way they style it. You can see that our canoe, there's a long one in the middle, and then there's two on the sides. And it's just the reason why they put it on the sides is so that it can balance the canoe.
And just looking at their clothing as well.
When we see the pictures, we can see they don't wear anything on top, especially men.
Yes.
So that's during those days, and when the colonial organization, or what we can say, comes in, so that's where they bring in the real cloth that we are using today.
Yes.
So for my attire, this is basically what we use during the dance, or we call it the meke.
The meke.
Meke is what dance is about.
Yes.
So when we do meke, anything we do regarding dance, this is the attire we normally use, and it just use. This is all part of the tree.
What tree is it?
Masi tree. This is what they also use it to do the main masi, or the main tapa.
Right.
Which they heal. It takes a process of doing all this.
So it's from a tree, and they get the bark, and then they
bang. Same as this one here. This is the bow tree. They take out the skin, and it's like they have the process of manufacturing all this. It takes a while.
Yes.
Then it comes to this.
All handmade, not factory made. Yeah.
This one is like the only difference is the color.
Yes.
This one is
also it's both bark.
Yeah,
tapa.
And then we also use it. Some of us we use this if they have it. Some of us we instead of using this, they just wear this. Or if not, they use the leaves to wrap around their waist when they do all this making. This is the pig teeth. Pig teeth. So we take this out from the pig teeth, and this is the mangi, which is from the coconut fiber.
Coconut fiber, they roll that up?
They roll it, they take out the inside, and they keep the outside fiber, and they dry it up in the sun.
Yes.
What I've already mentioned, it takes time for them to do preparing and using their time. They sacrifice like creatively. Just to make things as their costume for doing the making.
And last thing about your attire, the black dots on your face.
The black dots, this signifies the warrior. Like we are the warrior, like doing the war.
Most of our dances or chants are regarding war dances.
Oh, okay.
They're war dances. So, that's why he's got that on. For me, this is
attire,
my attire. So his is for meke, specifically for meke.
For dancing.
For dancing.
Male dancing,
right?
Yes.
And for me, this is, we can wear this for weddings.
Okay.
We can wear this for, even for dances, for meke. And we have this for special occasions. Some, they wear this double layer masi. Some can even wrap with a masi on the top.
So coming up next, we're going to look at some objects that you've selected from the Powerhouse Museum, Museum of Applied Arts and Sciences collection that's been here.
I'm holding with me that tambua. It's from the big whales, sperm whales. That's where we bring this tambua. This
is a precious thing to us. In Fijian, we call it nayau. And this is how we hold it. So this is how the men hold it. Okay, and tambua, I'll just elaborate more. Tambua is split in two words. Ta meaning cut, and bua is a flower. And bua, the branch of the bua is carved into a shape of of this whale's tooth. So before the whale's tooth, they were using that frangipani tree. Okay, so a boa is a frangipani.
Yes.
So from that branch, they would carve it this way, and that was what our ancestors used to use. That's where that name came from, tambua. And when the Europeans started coming in, the merchants, sea merchants started coming in, they brought in the whale's tooth, which is now what we use as a form of exchange. But nowadays, it's become very scarce. A lot of people use rings as a proposal.
Yes.
For us in Fijian culture, instead of a ring, this is symbolic to a ring. We use a tumbua. So for marriage, what they do is the girl's family will either return, another tambua for 2 tambuas. So if we give one, they present 2, or they could, instead of giving back a tambua, they bring the mangiti, which is like food. Well, we can also do it, seeking forgiveness. For us in Fijian culture, when a woman is pregnant before marriage,
Yes.
the boy's family has to seek forgiveness, so they take a tambua to seek their forgiveness. So to show how valuable the girl is to the boy's family, will display or will showcase through how big the whale's tooth is, or the number of whale's tooth. Okay. So the more the whale's tooth, the more precious the girl is to the family, and the bigger the whale's tooth also shows that the girl is so precious to the boy. The boy can't live without the girl, so that's displayed with the numbers and also how big it is.
So could I ask you about this particular tabua? Have you actually seen one like this?
Mandawe yau, so I've seen some which is much bigger than this one.
Yes.
Much bigger than this one, and the one that is much smaller than this one.
Yes. So this is a medium size.
Medium size.
Oh, okay. And it's in there. It's got a carving, and you can just see it, and it says Ratu.
Ratu.
What does Ratu mean?
Ratu is a title. So for us in Fiji, we don't have, Your Highness, or we don't have Sir. We use Ratu. That's a chiefly title.
Yes.
And for the women, we have Andi and Ro.
Could that mean that male high chief gave this to somebody or received it? Excellent. Would you be happy to go home with that?
I would be very happy.
Wow! What do you have there?
This is what we call the tuli tuli.
Tuli tuli.
Tuli tuli.
Yes.
And it's made out of special clay.
Clay.
Yeah, they have not all clay we can use to make the tuli tuli. There's only the special clay
type,
which is prepared to make the tuli tuli. My mom, she's very smart in making different kinds of tuli tuli. I always help my mom doing the tuli tuli. It takes time. It does like maybe 1 month's time in preparing the tuli tuli than what you can see now. In my village, we have this type of clay on our riverside. When you can see, it's just one piece, and we call this the sangha. We use this to collect water, keep water. It's like a container.
Yes.
Once they put it together, and then they make the hole on top. Then we dry it up in the sun, maybe 1 or 2 weeks. We just use the coconut skin and the thin, we normally use the bamboo, the thin firewood, so that it can also protect the tuli tuli when we bake it. And then by using the glazing, we have the makandre. We call it makandre.
From the tree trunk.
Yes.
It's sort of like a glue that they wipe on the
when it's still hot.
When
it's still hot, they're putting the makandre. So it's like to keep it for weatherproof. And then we just roll the small pieces. And the giling
balls?
Small balls, and then we paste it in. Paste it, and this is before we bake it.
Yeah.
We put everything ready, any design
Yes.
they want to make, they make it ready. Once the thing go into the fire,
Yes.
that's how it looks once it's ready.
Yes.
Not everyone can
Yes.
make pottery clay because of the mud or the clay that we use.
Right, so
this
you're
is-
the only practicing pottery
Yes.
people in the region at the moment, so that's amazing. Well, thank you very much for sharing some more insights. We've seen the photos, we've seen the tabua and the tuli tuli. And now we're going to see some performances. That's just amazing. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mums and dads, young and everybody up there, get ready. We're about to go live for some performance.
Naka waka level.
Okay.